On average, people spend 60% of a conversation talking about themselves. And if they're using social media, it jumps to 80%. Scientific American says Harvard researchers have found it triggers brain activity dealing with pleasure and reward. Philip Galanes is the social cues advice columnist for the New York Times. Good morning to you, Philip Galanes.
Good morning.
This study I thought was kind of funny. It says talking about yourself with friends can be as pleasurable as sex. Found that a little hard to believe. Do you know people like that? And what should we do about them?
Anyone who's ever sat in a restaurant knows people like this.
That's true.
And so, but I thought the study, as fascinating as it was, left out the really important question, which is how to deal with people who only want to talk about themselves or keep interrupting you to tell you more about themselves. And so I think it's like moments on the playground on forward. We have to find firm but gentle ways to stick up for ourselves.
For example? Because it's that old joke we were saying, enough about me. What do you think about me? So what do we do?
Exactly. So say your sister-in-law launches into a 20-minute monologue about herself. A gentle hand on the arm. Hang on for a second with a smile. Nothing too aggressive. Or when your coworker keeps interrupting you about your weekend to tell you about his, you go, hang on. I'm just going to tell you, let me just finish this one story, because, you know, it's hard to insert yourself and to stick up, but it's so important, and I know this from the column, it's so important to keep relationships in balance. Yes. And the longer you wait, the more out of balance the relationships can get.
You field a lot of questions, no doubt, in your column, but this is a new one, which is now receiving a wedding invitation via Facebook. Do you think that's appropriate?
Well, I think there are generational things going on with social media that we are not on the right side of.
But you point out maybe it's better to spend $2,000 on the wedding and a good band rather than the invitations, which are very expensive.
Sure, absolutely. There are lots of ways you can choose to spend money, and if this is a wedding that's happening on the beach somewhere and it's a really casual, no-budget thing, terrific. But the actual question that I got that prompted this was a bridal couple who wanted the guests to fly to Spain. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's such an out of whackness in the ceremony and the way the bridal couple is inviting you that it's a little crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
You get a lot of questions about dogs too.
Dogs are the new children, Charlie. I get more dogs than I can tell you. I can get more.
So what's the typical question?
This weekend, CBS exclusive, this Sunday's first question is about a woman whose next door neighbor leaves her dog on a long chain all day long, every day.
Yeah, we have it. It says he is skinny, has matted hair, never goes on walks. We feel terrible every time we see him, but don't know what to say. Is there a way to improve this dog's life without ruining our relationship with the neighbors?
Well, and I say, just the way you would not go up to your neighbors while their kids are scarfing down a Happy Meal and say, those kids need to be eating better. I don't think you're going to get very far with the neighbors by giving them lectures about how they should take care of the pet. So if you're really worried about the dog, why not pitch in? Say, you know, I'm going to take a walk around the block. I'm going to start exercising a little bit after dinner. Would you mind if I bring Spot with me? I mean, who's going to say no? And maybe they'll take your lead. Think.
Philip. Thank you, Philip Galanes. Good to see you.
I'm happy to be here.